What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Monday, December 26th, 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Truly appreciate you all. I hope you had a great holiday weekend with friends, family, whatever you're doing, or by yourself, whatever you did. I hope that you were grateful for the life you have, where you're going, where things can take you right now, and around good energy, because it was all about that. So sending you all my best. As we get to this Monday, we're going to see, of course, the sun's still here in Capricorn. We're also seeing the moon in another Saturn-ruled sign of Aquarius still, but it's also going to meet with Saturn today in Aquarius. So moon-Saturn days, not exactly the most comfortable place for the moon to be in a sign of Aquarius that's not very emotional, right? Aquarius is probably the least emotional archetype in the zodiac. So it's hard to understand emotions right now. It is hard to understand feelings. We can feel a deep pressure and a lot of drive right now, but there is something about really not losing ourselves in the contemplation of trying to have everything understood, but just staying persistent for what we do feel. And instead of second guessing our feelings, instead of, pushing feelings to the side and looking for such a linear sort of analytical truth, let's expand past that. Go back, get into your emotions. Your emotions can connect you to people, to the jobs, to the whatever it is that you're trying to make happen in your life right now. The emotion can take you there. And we have to be able to kind of suck it up sometimes. It's kind of a suck it up Monday, especially coming off a holiday weekend. We can kind of want another day off, right? Especially with Christmas on Sunday. We can kind of want another day off. But I feel like today is, there's rewards for getting back into the groove of things, getting things going. Even if it's not what we'd want to do, maybe we want to sit around our PJs playing with new electronics, or just around family and good energy, whatever it is. There is something about getting back to the things that you're really driven for, the things that you want to show up for. Maybe or maybe not, that's work. This is a higher sort of energy I do feel like is happening for us. So it is more of a purposeful energy instead of just a dutiful energy, if that makes sense. We're trying to show up more for the things that have more purpose, really have staying power for where you see things going in your life, your long term, instead of just maybe what could be short term or what we're not fully into. These are the energies of Saturn and the moon together in Aquarius, where it does bring a level of coldness. So I do want to say there is some of that coldness kind of getting out of the emotional, over empathetic stage, so that we can just kind of see above the clouds, feel above the clouds, and act accordingly. Mars is at 10 degrees. It's about to come to 9 degrees off of Aldebaran. It's still retrograde, and Mercury is just 3 days away from its retrograde in Capricorn. Venus, now at 20 degrees, is in Capricorn, and it's making its sextile over to both Juno and Neptune, which are conjunct here in Pisces at 22 degrees. So there's definitely it's almost that energy just in itself. And I'm usually the first one to say, take the rose-colored glasses off, but not right now. Right now, I think that we want to put rose-colored glasses on. We want to see how beautiful things really are. It's almost like we can get tricked into situations or situationships or circumstances that are saying, look at things so critically or be overly cold. I think we want to be, intelligent and emotionally intelligent for the right actions to go after the right things in life right now. But there is a level with this Venus here, and even Mercury coming off this sextile really slowly, of course, is that it's really good to see how amazing life is, and creation and relationships and people, and to kind of show that empathy to especially ourselves and what we want in life, what we're trying to create. I think this Venus is a big deal too, because the North Node in Taurus is now at 11 degrees. South Node moved to 11 degrees in Scorpio. So we're starting to see these nodes move. They were at 13 for months. So now we're getting that 11, and that's a high frequency degree, but it's also a feeling degree. It does make a 2. So not only is it a master number, but it is, 1 and 1 makes 2. So there is a level of emotion, and we're trying to kind of figure out and understand what emotion is the right emotion. And I think that all emotion has its purpose, but instead of trying to understand emotions that we don't understand, just understand and act on the ones you do understand, and use this great vision, this great imagination to get the ball rolling for creation in life. This is all about, you know, creating substance in our lives. This is all about realizing that we have so many tools. And I think that when we put this energy in Capricorn and this energy in Aquarius and even Uranus and the North Node in Taurus, like there's a different rhythm of going about things that is making the changes necessary for where big things are going and where we can really stay in a dedicated place. So we're really sifting through things to find where we want to put energy. Instead of second guessing our emotions, actually listen to them. You're very emotionally intelligent on a day like this. And it might even show you that it is the dream that your emotion wants. It's the vision, it's the abstract, it's the things that you maybe don't think could be real. Those are the things that could be real. So it's important to keep that vision and to keep that high level of faith. And I think there is a very strong, especially with Juno and Neptune and sextile Venus here and the dispositor of the North Node, like really putting our effort into people that we want to show up for day in, day out. If we're putting energy into relationships where we don't feel like there's an unconditional perspective or love or just a way to communicate or relate, what kind of dream are we creating for ourselves, I think these are important questions to ask, but it is definitely a day to look at the positives, to not overly suppress ourselves. And there's a level of, I gotta go do this. Like, this is important, So listen to your emotions. They know what's important. Jupiter in Aries is ready to amplify a new story, but it takes courage to amplify a new story. We can't just start things if we're extremely comfortable. And I would say that's where today is beautiful on a Monday with the Moon Saturn, because it's not very comfortable, but there is something about knowing there's a great benefic force and there's benefic energy and there's gifts for the bold and the brave and the ones that want to start moving where they need to move. So it's definitely a great day to break patterns, to start things, and to look at things from a higher perspective, but also a very emotionally intelligent perspective. And instead of second guessing or getting so wrapped up in our mind, because Mars is going very slow here, about to go direct in just a couple weeks in Gemini at 8 degrees. So we're only a degree and a half away from where Mars is going to station, and with Mercury going very slow here in Capricorn at 23 degrees, getting ready to station at 24. The mind is it's in a weird place, but the mind too with Mercury is still sextile over to Juno, over to Neptune in Pisces. There is something about the abstract, the imagination, and dropping the timeline to get a bigger sort of vision on things. And with Jupiter in Aries, there's rewards for the bold who start to draw these plans out, who start to create, or maybe just start. It's almost like you can't paint a painting if you never break out the paintbrush and the paint. So today's just kind of like, well, we got to start somewhere. We got to dedicate ourselves somewhere, right? It's a good Monday to remember that that's the kind of work, is dedicating on this great life, this great painting that you really want to paint for yourself, and to not let things take you down, but to really acknowledge what's happening and be intelligent about it, and then rise up above the clouds in your life. I think that could be really helpful too. So there's a seriousness. I won't deny that today could have people feeling a little more serious than maybe what you've expected or have seen, or maybe you're feeling a little bit more like, I really do want to see something go in a direction right now. Like I'm really starting to understand and feel what that is. 3 of Pentacles upright. There's a lot of things that are getting built right now. When it comes to relationship energy, when it comes to the things in life that we are trying to manifest, there are so many gears turning, and I think that we're starting to see that the way they're turning, they're all turning together, and that they're working together, and everything in our life is spinning and working together in a way that's showing us these great manifestation abilities that we do possess as individuals and within partnerships and within other people. Got the Knave of Wands, Page of Wands in this Egyptian deck. I would say this is definitely about the curiosity of creation, the curiosity of where you put your intent and your focus and your passion is so important. So why would we focus on things that are not bringing us sort of a childlike light up, within our soul and within our hearts and within something that, we want to be still in the mix of? Like, there's curious energy here that definitely wants to find what it really wants, but it's almost like we have to keep kind of going through a little bit of the motion without knowing exactly how it's going to show up, but to know that there is something about the gears turning. I don't know why, but this card just reminds me of gears turning. And it's not that there's gears necessarily on this is Egyptian tarot, but there's something about these three wheels that are taking place. So there's a lot that is connecting and coming together. I think it's trying to show us how potent our intuition is about creation right now and about where we're putting our intent. And it's like, yeah, don't not go into that space. Judgment reverse, or Judgment upright, sorry. What is this Great Judgment? I feel like that card's been coming out a lot lately. I feel like we're all, in some way, shape, or form, in a place of having to almost like take the final exam from the universe here. Like, there's just little things in life that might be showing up, that have been showing up persistently, where it's like, this is the day we finally come to that judgment, not about judging something or some person, but about the inner judgment to know that it's okay to move on, it's okay to stay on something, and it's okay to let something go. But it depends on what that something is. Listen to that. There's definitely, I feel like we're seeing there's something that's trying to judge us on our spiritual character, our physical character, just the way we present ourselves in life right now. And don't put on a mask, don't put on a show. This is, soul judgment, I would say here. And the judgment is trying to show, I believe too, that you have, like, why do you doubt yourself, limit yourself, suppress yourself for something that, we don't even know, we just don't know. Where are things actually on the brink of heading? We're about to see a massive transformation coming up next year. So with that being said, Natalie Sadie on her channel did do a 2-hour talk on 2023. It's almost up. It could be up today, could be up tomorrow, but coming in soon, and I will share that around, where I definitely look at a lot of big transits with her, and she asked some great questions, and yeah, we talked a lot about the significance of next year. So please do tune into that when it comes out, and I hope you have a great Monday. I appreciate you all very much, love you, and I will see you all tomorrow. Much love. Peace.